All right, now let's work with both forms of the equations for a quadratic. So let's start off with the vertex form. Now, if I gave you the equation f of x equals 3 times quantity x minus 1 squared minus 2, what information does that give us? Well, I think right away we can look at that. 3, and we know that the parabola opens up, and there's some kind of vertical stretch of 3. Vertical stretch, all right? The next things we know is this 1 and this negative 2, that is our vertex. So the vertex is 1, negative 2. All right. And that is pretty much all we can tell from the vertex form. But now we can take this vertex form and we can transform it back to the standard form and gain some other information. All right. So I'm just going to rewrite f of x equals 3 x minus 1 squared minus 2. And let's use some algebra here. F of x now equals 3. I know that x minus 1 squared means x minus 1 times x minus 1 minus 2, right? Working down, 3. I know that that's going to be x squared minus x minus another x, so that's minus 2x. Negative 1 times negative 1 is plus 1 minus 2. Distribute my 3. 3x squared minus 6x plus 3 minus 2. And in fact, we're finally there. 3x squared minus 6x plus 1. All right, now we're in standard form. So what does that tell us? Well, luckily, we still got a 3 right there. So we know that the parabola opens up and there is some kind of stretch, a vertical stretch of 3. All right. We also know, let me put that 3 back there. We also know that that number there, 1, that is my y-intercept. So I know the point 0, 1 is on my graph. So that's my y-intercept. So I could plot that if I need to. The next thing what we learned from the last video is that the opposite of b over 2a is my line of symmetry. So in here we got the opposite of negative 6 all over 2 times, not a, we'll go ahead and put in a 3 there. So the opposite of negative 6 is 6 over 2 times 3 is 6 is 1, which is real nice because back here we found that the vertex, the x-coordinate of the vertex is 1. So that's a nice check. So we know the axis of symmetry. So the axis of symmetry is 1. And we also know that it is the x-coordinate of my vertex. If I want to find the y-coordinate, I just go back and put in f of 1. So I got 3 times 1 squared minus 6 times 1 plus 1. Let's see. 3 minus 6 plus 1. 3 minus 6 is negative 3, plus 1 is negative 2, and I'm just checking there to check my work. And that is what we got before. I think I can quickly sketch the graph. That's my vertex, that's the y-intercept. I know that my graph points up. I think I can plot some points and get there.